So welcome once again to my page, and for this project today we have to open a new worksheet. As you can see on the screen that I have to choose a specific width and height for for this project, and you can see that on the screen there is a blank sheet open. Now I have to open the further background wallpaper where we are going to work. Basically, I have downloaded some of them already, which are available free on internet. So I'm going to post the link for these images in this video. You can see under the description, so that you can use these pictures or backgrounds for free, and there will be no copyright claim for these projects. So now I can show you that I am using simply transformation tool, and from there you can also use distort tool to resize the background picture. As you can see on the screen, I am using now distort tool. Once again, you can see here I have used a transformation tool, Control T. You can use it, the command for using transformation tool, and after that I'm going to use distort tool, for example, or wrap tool, for example, to resize the image, as you can see on the screen. Simply make a selection, for example, which part of the picture you want to extend. So as I am doing with the selection tool in the screen, and after that again you have to do transformation tool and then distort. With this tool, for example, you are going to change the size of the picture, size of the image. As you can see on the screen, I have used it and it has extended the lower part of the picture, and you can see on the screen that the required size of the image has been obtained now. And you can make any selection, or you can use corp tool, for example, if you want to resize anything in the picture. As you can see, I have done corp tool. I have applied corp tool in the project, and cutted the unwanted edges from this picture. As you can see on the screen that required size and pixels for the picture has been obtained, and this is going to be the layer 1. And now we have to open another picture, for example, as you can see on the screen, and we need these shoes to implement on the project. So for that, simply we need to make a selection. You can use pen tool to make selection, you can use normal tool, but I am using that free selection tool, for example. This is quite faster and easy to make any selection, and if any part of the image has not been selected, or if any extra size of the image has been selected, so you can always undo it, or you can add something. So now I'm going to do Control C, or you can just simply drag the selected part over here. So now again, transformation tool, Control T for that, and you can extend the size of the copied picture. As you can see on the screen that I have used transformation tool, and I have increased the size of the picture. So as you can see on the screen, if you are going to change something, for example, if you want to change some colors balance, as you can see that I have implemented a little bit more yellowish bluish color in the screen, so that the background looks a little bit more realistic. As you can see, there is a specific change in the color, and the color has been balanced. So now if, for example, you want to change the logo in the picture, you are going to use simply selection tool, free selection tool, and with that it's quite easy to make any selection in the picture. As you can see on the screen that picture has been opened. Now I have to make selection to remove this logo, so I'm just simply using the quick selection tool, as you can see on the screen. So I have selected this part of the picture, basically just the logo, because I want to remove it. So just simply right click, and you have to fill, go to the fill option and just OK. Simply press OK, and you will see that most part of that uh, logo has been removed. Now you can use pen tool or cloning tool or whatever you want. I mean, basic these tools to just change the color selection. You can use smudge tool also, for example, if you want to remove it in a creative way, but I think that is not the thing we are willing to have. So just simply use the cloning tool, and for making selection press alt and right key from the mouse, and you will see that it has copied the base of the picture. And now just simply go on clicking on that, and you will see that it is implementing the base to the selection, to the logo part of the picture, as you can see on the screen. But it would also copy the unwanted edges, basically, which you are not willing to have, for example. So you can always change the radius of the brush to go in setting and change it from over there. As you can see on the screen that I am again and again making base selection by pressing alt and right click from mouse. You can do it. This is only because if I want to implement any part of image to any other place, so I can use it like that. So simply you can see that most of the part from logo has been removed. So basically I need to implement another picture over there. So that is not really important right now to remove it completely, because when we are going to implement another project on this, so it is also going to affect that. You can always change the color, for example, to match the color for the background and for selection also. And the best way is to do that, just zoom in or zoom out, then you will feel the difference. So now I am going to put another picture in this project. So that is the ladder, basically the stairs, which is also added the link for this picture under this video. So you can have this stairs, wooden stairs also for free. This picture you can also have it for free, and you can always use them, and there will be no copyright claim, because this has been taken from the website where you can have all of these pictures for free. So there is no risk to get a copyright claim. So simply go in the links under this video, and just you can have all of these picture required for this project if you want to practice it at home. So now I am making selection, as you can see on the screen, because I am going to put this part of the picture into my project. Simply you can use it like a normal selection tool or quick selection tool or pen tool to make selection, and simply you can drag it over, for example, to your project. As you can see that I have dragged it, and simply now you can use it like this, or you can flip it or rotate it. So I have changed its direction to horizontal, and you can see that its edges and front and back has been changed. And now I have to crop it or cut it or move the layers, for example, required according to my project, what you want to show in the front. As you can see that it is on the shoes. So I have two options here. Maybe I can cut that part, or I can move the shoes over. The shoes layer I can move over it, so that the upper layer will show and the lower layer will hide. So basically it's also useful if I can cut it completely, use that, and simply you can just delete it or remove it, for example, so that I don't need that part of the picture for my project. As you can see on the screen, there is a selection made, and you can use eraser tool only. So this is going to remove only the part of the picture where you're working. As you can see in the screen, we have to select the right layer, then you can use the removal tool, and it is going to remove the unwanted part of the picture. As you can see that that action has also been implemented. So now, for example, we have to go and open another picture for our project. As you can see in the screen, I have selected the house, and the window part of this picture I'm going to select for my project. So I'm going to make another selection here, as it is shown in the screen. So you can see that I am going to use also this selection tool, the same selection tool for that, and just simply you can copy it or you can drag it over there. So I have just copied it with Control C, and I have pasted that part with Control V. So you can see that, and then I have used transformation tool to extend this picture. As you can see in the screen that I have extended the size of the picture, and the logo which I was going to remove earlier, I have implemented this part of the window over there. By using transformation tool, you can always extend the size of the picture, or you can rotate it to horizontal or vertical position, and also you can use distort tool to make any changes in your selection. So now I'm going to open another picture which is already been saved, and that's the door. But I'm not going to use all part of this door, and you can also make a specific selection for that. So for that you can use like normal selection tool, or you can also use pen tool, or you can also use quick selection tool. So for this project, for me, it's much better if I'm working on pen tool to make a selection. So its shortcut is P. If you just press P in Photoshop, then it will start using the pen tool. But you can always do undo with Control Z, or you can just go with backspace if there is some mistake, or if there is some wrong selection made. So you can always change it. As you can see in the screen, you just have to go and clicking in the points what you want to select, so it will add in your project. So now you can see selection has been made, and right click and then click on make selection. So this part of the door will be selected. You just need to drag it over, or you can also use copy paste. Control C to copy and Control V to paste. So now Control T I have used again to make a transformation in the picture. As you can see that the door upper part of the door merges into the window. So what we can do is, like, we can always change the size of background picture, or you can also increase or decrease size of the project, or the layer which you are working, so that it will not affect the whole project. For example, if you are going to increase or decrease size of the selected layer, then if you have done some work earlier, or if you have finished some work earlier, so you don't need to change all of the work. In case you can just increase or decrease size of the current layer which you are working, so this will not affect on all the work what you have done earlier. So now this is an edge which has not been selected. You can see it in the corner, so you can always remove it, or you can also make a new selection, make a new copy from the picture and paste it also here. But that's not the main requirement for this project, so I'm going to leave that. But of course you can do it again. Now I'm going to open another picture which I have earlier saved in PSD format. So these pictures are, you are only going to have the selection what you made, so you can take it only, because there has been some background included with that. I have just removed that and save it over there. And you can see that there are some butterflies, so I want to put them separate from one another. You are going to simply use quick selection tool and just drag it from there, so you can separate that from one another. As you can see in the screen that I have moved it from one place to another, and use transformation tool simply with Control T as earlier to increase or decrease its size. And for example, if you want to move another butterfly, so you have to do the same procedure. You have to make a selection and simply move it from one place to another, so just by dragging them. So you can always use a picture, make any change in the picture. For example, if you want to move some part of it, just you need to have simply to make a selection, and you have to use the drag tool and drag it over. And further changes you can make it, like to change its size, its color, its location and orientation also, with the different tools. And basically the most important and most useful tool for this purpose is transformation tool, where you can make changes in any picture, its location, its orientation, and also, for example, if you want to extend or make any changes in its size. So just simply you have to basically, as you can see on the screen, that you have to make the right layer selection so that your selected work can be done. As you can see in the screen that I have selected another butterfly, and I have also used again transformation tool to make its size smaller so that it can look a little bit more realistic. Basically, this is a creative work. All you have to do is you need to know the right tool for the right work. So this is going to help you a lot if you are interested in designing. So basically, now I'm still on the same work, like I'm making selections with selective tools, and then I'm using the transformation tool to change its size and location, as you can see in the screen. So I have moved different butterflies to different places, and I have also changed its size, as you can see in the screen that it has been divided into different parts. So for example, I am now going to put some grass in the picture. The grass brush which I have been using in this project would be also found in the link below this video. So you can use different type of grass, and you can also make selection for the color. As you can see in the screen that I am choosing different type of grass brushes. You can put that over on the screen, and you can also make different changes in the color. And you can also make the changes in the size and radius and smoothness of the brush, which you can see in the screen that I have selected a brush, and now I'm going to use the right color for that. So just simply you need to select basically a brush, and you have to simply click on the screen so that you can find the right color for the brush so that it matches your background color. So you can see that I am clicking now on the shoes, so that with this effect, with this brush tools, you can see that I am painting on the shoes, so that you can see that shoes is inside the grass to make look it more realistic. So this is going to help you, like it will not feel like this picture has been made with different combinations when it is finished, as you can see on the screen. So now I'm going to open bird's picture in PSD format, which I have saved earlier. So I'm just simply going to drag it again, and you can see that there are different birds in the picture. So simply I'm going to use the transformation tool and selection tool again to move these birds like I did do it earlier with the butterflies, so that I can spread them from one place to another and put them at different locations. So I'm using the selection tool, simple selection tool, and you can simply drag them from one place to another to change their location in the picture. And this is going to affect that all these birds which have been taken from another picture. So it's basically like you are going to use as much as part of this picture which you are required, or which you are wishing to put in your project. The unwanted part of this layer could be removed, so it's not really important, for example, like to use all the part of this picture or these birds. If you want to remove some part of them, so you can just simply delete them, or you can change any part of them also. So basically, as you can see in the screen, this is removing the changing the background. Basically, this is only because if you are working on a layer, you have to select it on the right side. As you can see there in the screen, there is layer 8 selected, which is this bird. If there is another layer selected, for example, if you are working, it will not work. So now I have opened another child picture, as you can see in the screen, which is walking somewhere. So I'm just using quick selection tool to select the required part of this picture, and you can always remove the um, unwanted part of the picture by subtract selection tool, as I'm using in the screen, as you can see that. So that when your selection is made, then you can simply copy it by command control C, or you can simply drag it over to the required project, and then it will be also copied to the working layer. So as you can see on the screen, I have dragged it over. Now I'm using again transformation tool. It is control T, and simply I am resizing the size of this layer, which I have recently moved from that picture to over here. And you can see that our project is almost finished. So this is basically the work, and I have tried simply to explain you which tools I am using, and what is basically required for this project with the brushes and the pictures which I am using here. So simply there are some useful links under this video, so just go in the description, and you can always find these pictures over there. So now with your requirement, for example, if you want to merge some colors, or if you want to add some colors, you can also do that. And if you want to make it a little bit more brighter or darker, or if you want to use any color changes, so you can also simply make it. So this is how I finish my project. I hope you like the video today. So for more videos, please subscribe to our channel, and also press the bell button so that you can get the further notifications for our upcoming videos. Thank you for your cooperation.